Hello, I'm FGX and welcome back to Store Saturday. This is the Willy series where I show you Minecraft store content and let you know if it's worth checking out in some way. It's a fun series checking out random maps and seeing if they're pretty good, but one of the problems is so many of these maps feel kind of samey. If you look at Race Day down here for example, and then you look at these two maps above them, the primary theme is you have cars, you can drive those cars around, and then there are other things you can do with them, but if you don't find the car gameplay so interesting, and in Minecraft it generally isn't, it's kind of hard to like them. Look at the number of roleplay maps you find in the store, look at the number of maps where it's basically, here are some animals you can get, which, you know, 70 animals is nice, but it's not what I'm after in a Minecraft store map, so it's really hard to find things that I find might be worth checking out, you know, besides skyblock maps or whatever else. But a map I saw that really interested me, just by the thumbnail, was Super Portal. This is a map that just seems really interesting because it's got that super colourful idea, and the idea for the map is actually really unique as well, because the idea is it's a boss wave form of Minecraft. You're fighting against super bosses in an arcade-style minigame. It's got its own unique music soundtrack, it's got its own set of armors and weapon kits to make it interesting, and you can even play it by yourself, which I think is a key part of a map. It has to be fun by yourself as well as with friends, so let's check out Super Portal, let's see if this map really is interesting, and let's let you know if you should maybe give it a check as well. So this map costs 830 Minecoins, which is about $5, which is increasingly becoming just the standard price for a piece of Minecraft store content, but if it is something that works and keeps you coming back time and time again, I think that can be a justifiable price. I know it's like a huge percentage of what Minecraft itself can cost, but again, if the map provides enough fun, then I'm down to support a creator that made something so fun. And immediately on spawning in, you can see how, like, hey, we do have some fun, unique music. We've even got some, you know, unique uses of, I guess, some minor resource pack change where it's the same textures besides stuff like, I guess, paintings and stuff like this. I mean, again, it's fun that we got an advertisement for the map at the start. A lot of maps, their first thing they tell you is like, hey, want to buy our other maps? Like, you just gave us $5, but would you like to give us 5 more? This is just saying, yeah, get hyped for the thing you're about to play, which I like. So, you know, big up to Pixels and Blocks for making this one, I guess. But is it so good? Let's find out right now. So this room has the 8 weapons / classes that you can, you know, kind of play with. As you can see, if you go for 2 diamond swords, for example, I'm assuming it's actually 1 diamond sword, then you only get leather armor, whereas if you go with a bow, you get iron armor. If you go with 2 shields, you can become a tank, or the guard as it's called here. I assume by yourself this is not a particularly smart idea. I mean, it actually looks like you have 1 sword and 1 shield, but you can see how, like, there's different equips. And then the cool thing in my opinion is once you kill a boss or you get a certain score or you've just played a game, you unlock new kits to make it even better, which I really love personally. So yeah, we'll go in with the night kit because if we're playing by ourselves, that to me makes the most sense. And let's do this, I guess. See, I like that the game gives you a tip to help you play a little better too. That's kind of nice. But yeah, this is an old style world. I love the beauty of this thing. Like, it's just a skybox change, but look at the colors around it. It feels like, again, a fun little mini game map, like a fun doing something unique in Minecraft that can't just be done on a server that requires this like this. And again, this is using the boss wave system, so similar to, like, I guess, Call of Duty Zombies or any other wave-based Horde, you know, kind of game mode. And because it's an old-style world, you know, it's 256 by 256, it means that as long as you have that, you know, that distance turned up, which it is by default, it means that you never have the issues where something spawned, but it won't come towards you because it's outside rend distance, which I think is a clever workaround. So even though the maps are small, it at least means everything's going to function perfectly, which I like quite a bit on the surface at least. Again, look at this map. It's small, it's basic, but hopefully it's functional. And it looks like our score is just based on how many mobs we kill, so after we kill 250 mobs, we'll unlock that new kit, or both those new kits, I guess, which is nice. And yeah, when you're playing by yourself, it's actually not that particularly hard to keep up to date. Like, as long as you do some critical hits to enemies, and as long as you know, stay vigilant to the portals where they all spawn, it's not too hard to kill them. Like, oh no, 3 zombies at once. Oh, it's actually 4, but okay, that actually might be some issues, but it's not particularly hard. But if you play with multiple players, it is meant to scale up in difficulty to match that, which I think is something that makes sense and it's kind of fun in that way. But yeah, so as you can see, things start fairly easy, but as I understand, there are meant to be bosses that eventually spawn. Also, something interesting is they've made the Nether portal solid, so you can't go through them. So that's where the enemies spawn. You can stand here and wait for them if you want, but they can obviously shoot you if they're a skeleton, or they can come right at you, which is something you might not like. Also, something I think is just a fun little, you know, it makes it more fun and arcadey, is the fact that they've increased the size of the skeleton's heads to all be giant. Like, look at the size of the skeleton, this zombie's head, sorry. I love it. I'm not sure if this is a zombie with a giant head, or if it's a baby zombie just, like, elongated. Because they run a bit faster than regular zombies too, like, it's a bit more of a challenge. So yeah, as well as just having more enemies, you can see how certain bosses will spawn at certain points. So after 50 points, you get what I believe is a giant silverfish. I don't know what the challenge is here, but that spawns alongside everything else, and it does super damage to you. Like, ow, I'm really hurting right now. So yeah, I think we just want to go for this thing straight away. Oh man, we're not in a good place. And we want to just take this thing down as fast as we can. Because these bows don't work. We don't have arrows. So we can't actually use them. It's kind of a tragedy that the game gives you all these bows without a way to use them. But whole separate issue, I would say. Fortunately, the game gives you some strength and some healing potions, at least when you're this class. So we'll drink up a health potion, we'll drink up a strength potion, and we'll just kind of charge in there and try and... Oh, God! Okay, lots of enemies can attack you at the same time. Okay, let's just go, let's go, let's do this. Oh, no, okay, this is hard. This is genuinely a challenge. And yeah, we're just going to kind of charge in there and try and wreck this guy as fast as we can. As hard as that is to do... Oh, no, I'm going to die! Oh, we got him just before the edge here. So yeah, you can see. It starts simple. It seems like it's just one of these like, oh, a zombie spawns every 10 seconds. How will you deal with it? But because they're custom zombies, because there are custom bosses like that silverfish guy, I actually think it's a fun way to balance things. And also, while I was killing the silverfish, so many zombies spawned, and the zombie spawn rate gets faster and faster. And our only real recourse to all the mob spawning is we can, say, for instance, spend 5 of our levels, because we're getting XP every time we kill a monster, as well as that score, and we can get a chicken mount. Oh, we're meant to ride the chicken mount, right? That's why it's called a mount. Oh, but another super silverfish has spawned. This is not a thing I'm a fan of. Okay, so you can see how overwhelming this is going to get real fast, because I can't get on my chicken. Although I don't think the chicken's a very smart idea anyway, because, I mean, obviously, like, we kind of are a close range person, and having a chicken doesn't help that. Yeah, we can't jump on the chicken either. I don't know why I want this, actually. I think this is more cool than useful. Okay, let's just charge in there. Let's try and get that silverfish isolated. Oh, he just died in the lava. Okay, that works for me too. You know what, pro tip. I've just found a little bit of either a bug or just a really handy way to help yourself out here. Do that. Also, we can spend 5 levels and get a polar bear, which will help fight and defend us, which is a fair way to help balance out these hordes of zombies that are otherwise very tricky to kill. Okay, there we go. Oh, look at that. And now we got another super silverfish. But still, we got rid of all these guys. And we're doing pretty well, it seems. 150 on our first round. Our third super silverfish has spawned. And we're just going to charge into him as well. Just get right in there. Oh, no. We're not going to, apparently. Okay, super silverfish down. I've got a little bit of health left. We're going to go buy ourselves a polar bear. And if we get ourselves a polar bear, that should help us out as well, I would hope. I mean, not very much, it seems, though. Yeah, the polar bear is not very handy. You kind of just... He gets 1 zombie off your back, which, I mean, it's better than 0 zombies off your back, I guess. Polar bear versus silverfish, who will win? We'll have to find out. Oh, no, okay, we're just about to go down. Okay, we're surviving. I'm a survivor. But no, so yeah, this map is, oh god, we're about to die. Okay, this is how it ends. There's a trick here. Like, you're right next to a tree and you think you can go in there, but you can't. Never back into this hole right here. But yeah, you can see how this map is super fun. It's super lighthearted. It's super great. And I really like it as a minigame style concept because, again, it actually does the wave-based thing correctly. So many maps before it have failed, but this one seems to do a good job and has the mob armor, it has the score to go along it, has a soundtrack to actually match the mood of what you're doing as well. Because Minecraft isn't a wave-based game by default, but having this in there makes it feel like it is. Oh, so there is more than one boss. There's a Phantom at 300. So I don't know where this Phantom's coming from. Oh gosh, that's terrifying. It is a mega Phantom, and I hate Phantoms beyond everything, so this is gonna kill me. But I think it's worth it. Actually, let's just try and get the Phantom to attack me while I'm in the, like, to fall in the lava while it's attacking me. I reckon I can do that if I try my best. Also, I reckon we could probably get the... Okay, let's go. Yeah, I think put a cactus between you and the Phantom, and then you can also kind of do this cleverly. But again, you've got to kill all these zombies while you're doing this. Having that Phantom there makes it trickier. And because every 50 zombies you kill, you get a brand new boss mob. It's like, oh, you got to make sure you don't kill them too fast. Except if you don't kill them too fast, they'll stack up and it'll become a whole problem. It is a really interesting kind of, I would say, game like this. I don't know how many bosses there are. Again, I've only seen 2 so far, and we're 300 points in. I do have to wonder how far this does eventually go. Oh, the cactuses don't affect the Phantom. I guess he can go for all blocks, kind of like the Ender Dragon, because he's just so big. But yeah, let's spawn in some polar bear allies, and let's see if these guys can help me. Oh god, I think this is how it ends. We are just surrounded. Oh, we had to use our turtle from dying, but I think I actually got rid of the Phantom there, at least. But yeah, now we have a Phantom and we have a giant silverfish. So yeah, it's a super fun map like this, and I do want to keep playing to see what happens at the very end, but I also want to try out one of the new classes we've unlocked, so I guess we will let ourselves go down, or we can probably jump off the edge, right? So yeah, if you jump off the edge, you will die automatically, so that's a fun useful thing to see. My high score so far is 356, and getting that score allows you to unlock pretty much every other class, which, I mean, it's kind of nice. And the Fisherman's the one that interests me most because although having crazy potions sounds kind of fun, Snowman sounds potentially good too, I really want to play around with Trident. So let's play a second round. Let's see if it's as fun this time, now I know what's coming. And let's see if our Trident is as fun as our sword was. Because again, an important part of this is the fact that if you're playing this with friends, you can all use separate classes, and they should all be, you know, somewhat as good at each other. You know, like some amount of equal goodness in there, although this one does not seem to be the case. Yeah, it works much better if you use it as a primary sword. Oh, and if you play with the Trident, because obviously you can, oh, oops, that's not what I thought would happen. Well, never mind. Maybe the rain is a coincidence. I thought it was because I had the Trident, which, by the way, I've lost now. Permanently, it seems. So yeah, don't throw it in the air, or you'll lose it for a very long time, it seems. Oh, it's so I can lightning strike them. That's a fun little thing, I guess. Even in the desert, where there's no rain active, you can still, like, lightning strike people, which I think is a useful fun fact to know. But yeah, so the Trident's meant to be like it's a melee weapon that also doubles as a thrown weapon, but it's much, much worse at taking down zombies. Like, realistically, this class is for fun, not for actual reality. Although maybe the lightning strike is good for monsters in the air, like the Phantom later, because we've seen how badly that can go otherwise. So yeah, now we're going to try the Snowman just to see how this class plays. You have 32 snowballs and an iron axe. So I'm guessing the snowballs do something amazing when you throw them. Because if you only have 32 of them, then they've got to be worthwhile for a whole game, right? Well, that was not amazing. Oh, it takes 2 snowballs to kill a zombie, and then you get 2 snowballs back. So you can, if you time these correctly, you can get unlimited ranged weapons, basically. And unlike a bow, which, you know, requires arrow ammunition, this one restocks itself. Plus, you have that iron axe if you need it. So again, this is actually a fun class. I don't know if it's the best class in the world, but again, it works on monsters. And unlike the Trident, which has a really, really low cooldown time, this one will work like that. Also, if you kill monsters with the iron axe, you can, like, kind of stack up your snowballs, save them for the boss fights if you want, which is fun. You can even just kind of stand behind cover. I would say this is, again, it feels a bit more like a weapon in a first-person shooter. Despite the fact that they're snowballs, you actually do have some real advantages to using this over a sword, which I think is wonderful. I like that they have 8 classes, that presumably most of them are balanced or worth using, but the idea that they're all different in some way and actually would present a different game each time is fun, because if you're the sort of person who likes getting high scores, like, you know, maybe myself, then this could be a fun way to do that. Although, I will say if you use the snowball class, it's great being able to collect snowballs with the iron axe, but the iron axe just kind of sucks as a weapon. But again, it's not meant to be the best weapon. It's meant to be the secondary when you run out of snowballs, as you would if you didn't have it. Okay, here's the moment we've all been waiting for. We're about to hit 50 score, which means a giant cave spider, apparently. Oh, it's different based on the rounds. I guess I just got unlucky or lucky or whatever with, like, so many silverfish in a row. Oh, the cave spider makes you slow when you get nearby. Okay, let's just snowball this thing to death. Get rid of it before it can hurt me too much more. Because slowness is a real issue in this game, as you can probably imagine. When you need to outrun this many zombies, you don't want to get slowed. Yeah, we're going to try and just throw snowballs over this mess. See, this is where the height in the map becomes important. When you actually have a ranged weapon, it's important to make sure it's right. Oh, see, the slowness this time actually got me killed. Oh, no, it didn't. I'm not dead yet. I think I spoke too soon. Come on, let me drink this. Oh, we're so close to dead, though. Okay, we finally got rid of the cave spider, and apparently that just spawned in a silverfish. Oh, yeah, that actually worked quite well. So the snowball class, it's really bad when it doesn't work, but when it works, it is amazing. Which I guess is why it's locked behind having to get a certain score or whatever. Anyway, though, while we work on fun bosses like the cave spider again, let's talk about this map as a whole, what I've kind of, you know, gathered from my time bit so far, because, you know, you've probably worked out, I like this concept of this map a lot. Again, it seems like something, you know, can have some fun playing, but this series isn't just about, like, did I have some fun during the time, which, you know, you can work out and see for yourself, but it's also about, like, you know, is this map something I recommend, given the price? So, first of all, I do have to say, the price is steep. It seems as though the whole of the Minecraft store is getting steeper in price, just on a regular basis. Like, you know, at one point, 830 was the top tier of Minecraft content. Now it's just about the middle, which isn't a good thing because, again, spending $5 on a map, $5 is a huge purchase. Like, you can't just make that all the time. I understand that's how it definitely would be for me and how it is for most people, I think, ignoring this series. So, as regards to, like, is this value for money? Honestly, it depends on, do you judge it by itself, or do you judge it compared to other maps? I think this is a great map just in terms of the fact that, yeah, you can play this by yourself, so you can play with other people. It's not like a roleplay map where you need 6 of you going around there doing your weird Minecraft roleplay stuff and all having a good time that way. You don't need other people to have fun on this, which I think is a really nice benefit, right? Like, everyone likes being able to spend time by themselves. That's why I play video games sometimes. And I think this map does a really great job of making something that Minecraft as a whole kind of wants you to make using their add-on systems and whatnot. And that is, this feels like a game made with the Minecraft tools. It's a game within a game. It's a game within Minecraft. And although it's not a full standalone game, you know, you might pay, you know, 99 cents for something on this app store and feel like it's a good time, because it is a wave-based game that is fun, that does feel like this progression, that does make you want to keep on playing to see what high score you can get. I want to see if I can beat my old round using these snowballs, which is something that, you know, that's definitely something positive that has to be said here, right? I love the music. I love the art style to, like, the world and stuff. Like, it keeps Minecraft's vanilla, you know, textures for pretty much everything, but then just makes small tweaks here and there. Like, you can see, looking at the skybox, I love it. It's so colorful. It makes the game feel arcadey. Looking at the zombie heads, they're just slightly larger, or they're large baby zombies. Again, I'm pretty sure it's large baby zombies because they make baby zombie sounds, but still, the fact that they changed that, it's super fun. Even just the map itself, it's really basic, but I like that really basicness to it because it shows like, look at this castle, for instance. It'd probably be nicer if it's better, but I love the basicness because it reminds you, like, oh yeah, you could make one of these too. Why don't you make a giant castle with this for a nether portal? You totally can do that in Minecraft, which I absolutely love that this is like a fun build idea mix of that. But is it worth $5 or £4 or €4.50? That's the ultimate question. And honestly, to answer that question, this map really goes in the marginal kind of like, I'm not too sure where it would fall. And that's going to have to depend on your personal preferences. What I like about this map is you can play it with friends and they don't all have to purchase it. You can just load up the map, they can play it. And, you know, I really like that there's a lot of value you can get from it. You can play this a bunch of times. It's one of these maps that I'm going to have some fun with, like, you know, like 3 weeks from now, I'll just have a desire to play some mob-based combat and you can come back to it. It's not like an adventure map where you play it once and then it's done, or like a survival spawn where, like, it might not be your thing. I like that this map is like this, and I think that if you watched this video and you thought, yeah, this is great, I want to give this a whirl, then definitely give it a try. However, if you're kind of on the fence about it, it is a big purchase. It's one that I wouldn't necessarily recommend making unless you're pretty certain you'll like it. And although that's an issue that represents a lot of the Minecraft store, this is the sort of map in particular where, like, you need to like that horde-based kind of endless adventure round thing. Because again, there's no end to this, as I understand it. I mean, if there was an end, that would seriously alter my opinion. There's no end to this. It just gets harder and harder and harder until you die. It's just endless until something bad happens. And I like that because it can fit for any platform. Like, I'm playing it here on my Xbox. You can play it on a PC if you want to. You can play this on any platform, I would say, and that same thing's going to apply. I love that you can play this on a phone while waiting for something and then just, like, you know, pause it and call it a day. You know, it's great that this works as an offline map. It's great that it works as an online map, and it's a lot of fun as a proof of concept, I would say. I would say there's more that needs to be done to make this the perfect, best store map ever. But I like that it exists because it shows the Minecraft store is moving forwards. Not every marketplace partner does want to move forwards. So many marketplace partners are happy just selling you another skin pack that's exactly the same as the last one, or another world that's just, again, the same roleplay they've made so many times before. But I like that this map shows that there are some people trying to innovate and make new formats and new contents and everything else, and I love that. If I had to give some feedback as my polar bear army tears everything up, I'd probably say, like, you know, some more uses for the levels besides just polar bears, because I don't really think polar bears are that useful to me. Like, they don't fit the way I want to play this game. I would say, yeah, more enemy types as well. We just kind of have zombies, skeletons, and then 3 different bosses. It'd be fun if there were more types of enemies. Maybe the odd creeper, you know, that actually could blow up the world and that'd be permanent, and that could be a real danger because you don't want this world blown up, right? I think having more enemy types and having more uses for your levels as well, that would be a really handy thing in my opinion. Also, I think the polar bears make this mini boss a bit too easy. Yeah, we tore that one up before it was even really a threat to us. But yeah, I would say definitely there needs to be more content, like maybe a second map, something like that. But I love this as a concept. I love that the horde-based thing has gone further than it was before, because I've never found a horde-based Minecraft game. And maybe, like, I found some that I thought were better than the rest, but this one actually is fun, the sort of thing that I want to get the high score for and see if I can beat my previous thing, which is great, right? So yeah, we have a piece of Minecraft store content that is really wonderful for what it is. I would say there are some issues with the balancing, there's issues with content, there's issues with all these sorts of things, but in general, it's a good sign of things that are hopefully going to be coming, you know, like in the future, and it's a sign of a developer to watch. Again, I would say price is very steep. I would say content is arguably low, but as far as fun, it's pretty high, which is something that I personally really do like. So yeah, I'm going to recommend this if you're down with spending a bit more money to support something that's in its rough stages now, and hopefully will be better in the future. And yeah, that's my full kind of review on this map. I hope you did all enjoy this week's Store Saturday review. You can like it if you did like it, you can share if you really liked it, and you can subscribe if you're around here, because I make videos like this one every single day on my channel, and I guess Store Saturdays every single week, or most weeks on this channel. And you can subscribe if you want to see kind of these in-depth dives into every piece of Store Saturday content is worth it. Because the truth is the Minecraft store is filled with stuff that you have to purchase to know if it's worthwhile, and that's not how true market should work, right? You should be able to refund something if it's bad, or see if something's good before you pay for it. But the Minecraft store makes that harder, and that's something I try to fix with this series, and I hope that it's helping you bit by bit, week by week, diving into at least a little bit of content and let you know what's out there, what's trying to sell money, because that's how Microsoft makes a lot of their money, from these store content things. And it's important to, I guess, everyone in the ecosystem, the players purchasing things, the company themselves, and I would say the map makers, that maps are fun and entertaining for everyone. And seeing these little videos hopefully helps you make more informed decisions if you decide to do that. So yeah, thank you very much for watching. Hope you all enjoyed it. Make sure to turn on those notifications, and I'll see you all next time. By the way, I'm just going to say now, I think snowballs might be OP, because you just get your polar bears making you snowballs, and then you can focus on things like the Phantom Threat, the thing that almost killed me last time. Yeah, I've kind of gotten to the stage where the only thing stopping me from getting the highest score is just the mob spawning rate. So yeah, besides that though, pretty good map. But again, it's the amount of content in it needs to be higher. The core gameplay loop is fun, the music and everything else around that is fun, and there is a decent amount of content, but I would say probably slightly more required for $5. But again, that's kind of my review. I hope you all enjoyed it. See if you can beat my high score of just around 700, and this is where I'm going to end the round today. But see if you can beat that, I guess. But yeah, thank you very much for watching today's video, because I'll see you all in the next one. So yeah, sadly the difficulty doesn't ramp up enough to account for the fact that I have so many polar bears and an unlimited supply of snowballs. We can just sit here and the polar bears do it all for us, which is nice, but something to keep in mind if you're expecting a long-term map. It seems as though it doesn't do the perfect job at that, if you play as a snowballs class at least.